Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin. Let's repeat that. The political opinions expressed on this show do not represent that of the organization. They are strictly those of the person making the comment, which, you know, we're so quiet here and shy and reserved. But tonight might be a little different.
You left out one very important part of this show, and we're going to need it tonight.
Go ahead.
The language warning.
Yeah, there may be some language. I mean,
there might be.
We're talking about dentists, so dentists always bring out the worst in people.
Oh, I think that's going to be the least of my concerns tonight. Are we not going to play the warning?
We will play the bad word warning. Yes, folks, there will be bad words, and Mr. Cena himself will tell you all about it. So here we go.
Warning. The following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
By the way, not sponsored by Dutch Mantel.
It's not what Mr. Cena said. You calling him a liar?
No, what I'm saying is that
Mr. Cena said it was.
The information provided to Mr. Cena is now outdated.
It's outdated information. Outdated information.
It's not fake news. It's just
outdated. Do you think maybe he meant sponsored by Yosemite Sam and just confused the two individuals?
They do look a lot alike.
Yosemite. According to Trump, that would be Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam. Mm-hmm. Right there in the bottles.
What's the difference between Rico Constantino and Yosemite Sam? Yosemite has two guns. Yosemite has two guns when he does a podcast, and Rico only has one. A little bit of a difference.
Bang bang. That's the Mick Foley podcast.
Yeah, that was Mick Foley, wasn't it? Okay. Did somebody else? No, it was DDP. DDP just had the one bang.
Bang, but he was bang. He didn't.
I was at the doc. I was at the dentist today. Apparently you were too, or was that yesterday, or did you have multiple?
Today I had a dentist appointment and a doctor appointment.
All right,
so I double dipped.
I had a lengthy consultation today down at the University of Louisville. That's why I'm wearing the Louisville shirt, because you wear this Louisville shirt, you get 20% off your dentures. So the story I'm telling, and I might have to kick out of here in a little bit, guy. We still have not replaced the Royals logo. Have you just been hanging out at dentist and doctor's office all day?
Yes.
All right. What about Jazzy Jana? Did you make it down? Because Jazzy Jana invited you to dinner tonight. Did you make it?
I'm doing a show.
Well, she's gone anyway. She was leaving around 2-ish.
Yeah, not much time.
She said she tried to reach you for 6 days, and she kept getting these blocked messages back. What was that about?
I thought it was the girl that wanted $1,000 for the car deposit.
Wrong girl. Yeah. No, Jazzy Jana, from what I understand, did not need a down payment nor rice, which is always a good direction.
So she did reach out to me and let me know she was going to be in town. I just didn't block it off at that point when she
didn't block her, is what you're saying. You didn't block
I
out the time,
had
did
no
you?
intention to block it. Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, all right, just making.
And then it's like she's like, "Hey, I'm going to be in town tomorrow." I'm like, "Well, that's not good for me because I didn't, I didn't plan for that." So next time,
now I could see one of my wrestling friends from the Texas area not agreeing to meet with Jazzy Jan. I could see that.
No, well,
I hope to. The Trumpstein Files. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We're probably going to take the sponsors down when we do that, just to be safe, even though we do run the disclaimer. Because I'm going to explain to you people why they don't want to release the Trumpstein Files. And there's 2 videos out there right now that'll explain it to you. And we'll go into that in a little bit. And I know if those videos were out on me, I wouldn't want those files out. That's for damn sure. I wouldn't want it. Not if I was, well, never mind.
So, yeah, it's a simple question. I mean, Maxine Gazelle has to ask, if there's no Epstein Files, why am I in jail?
Yeah. Well, that would have a lot to do with it. And also they had a thing now I had to get a little bit of a nap when I got back from the dentist today. I get wiped out very easily these days. I saw where the Democrats walked out because the Republicans were breaking the rules of how to do something today. I forgot what it was. They were going to take a vote on something. They tried to jam it down everybody's throat. And they broke the rules, and they was going to have to bring in the parliamentarian to referee the thing. How'd that go?
I didn't see that, so I was at the dentist.
Oh, well, you haven't seen. Oh, you really missed it. Yeah, the Democrats all got up and walked out. They said, well, if you're not going to abide by the rules, we ain't going to be a part of it. We're leaving, and we'll have the Senate parliamentarian decide, oh, you got plenty to see then, because this was something else. They all just got up and walked out because the Republicans were being crooked shit. Oh, they're trying to force through that crooked-ass judge who 570 some odd other judges wrote letters stating he's a bad guy. You do not want this piece of shit. And then there were like 75 federal judges, Democrat and Republican alike, that wrote documents and signed letters stating he's a fucking bad guy. What are you doing? You can't. But that's what they want, because they want to eventually get him on the Supreme Court to go along with the other crooked fucks they got on there. So we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, legal ability is not a criteria anymore. It's loyalty to
the president, and of course, not Matt Gaetz. Yeah, that's who Lauren Boebert wanted in charge of releasing the Epstein Files. She wanted one teenage sexual underage predator to release the files on another. She did laugh when she said it, but the sad thing is she was dead serious, because her and Matt Gaetz are buddies.
Yeah.
And Lauren Boebert, in case you're wondering who she is, she's the one that took a Democrat to some play or something and gave him a hand job during the show. Well, that's going to come up later when I talk about why Trump doesn't want the Epstein Files released. Key word there, released. So now my Republican friends do not want to watch tonight's show. A lot of my Memphis territory wrestling friends do not want to watch tonight's show. Oh, I invited some of them to come on tonight. That's my old friend Stone Cold Steve Austin, who does not fall under the categories of those other people. So he's a good guy most of the time. But no, none of my Memphis buddies wanted to come on tonight. They didn't want to be associated, because they said, well, why don't you write at some people? I said, all right, let's do that. Come on with me. Nah, they didn't want to do that.
Some of them might have been afraid they were the ones getting ratted out.
Some of them might have been afraid. They might be one get ratted out. So I don't know. And so yeah, there's been some interesting conversations today. And but yeah, we're gonna get into all that in a little bit. So far, my hound dogs are not going. I'm glad he's popping in, because I got a question or two for this young man right here. Can't believe I'm even going to bring it up on the air, but I'm going to.
Speaking of young men,
now when he pops in, there's going to be an echo.
No,
not yet.
An echo.
No, look at that shit.
Echo.
Look at that shit.
There's wind blowing in the background, but
yeah, he's got a.
You know what that is, actually.
That's your fan blowing.
Got a tornado blowing around back there. Sounds like.
Yeah, no. What happened was apparently the air conditioning, the condenser line or whatever froze, And so the pan filled up with water and a whole chunk of ceiling fell.
Holy shit. Well, apparently
I had
some
that
of
happen
the
about 5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
apparently
So-
some of the tenants here where I live have been stealing the air conditioners when they move. And I'm the only one that's got central air. I just found out today that the other 4 tenants in this building have room air conditioners that rarely work worth a shit.
Fuck that.
So apparently when they, and with 13-foot ceilings and 10-foot windows in the summertime, you want a room air conditioner to do that job. So no, apparently, how I got central air and no one else did, I don't know. Just the way this building was made. This building was built in the late 1800s. So I got a letter today and says, if this letter doesn't apply to you, no need to respond. But it says that if you steal the air conditioners, you're going to be charged $450 per unit. I guarantee you none of those air conditioners are worth over $100 because most
hell
of them
no.
are worth this shit. But they're wanting to make some cash off the people that have stolen the. I guess they're get some use out of them. I don't know, but no, there's never been a room air conditioner in here because my electric bill was high enough this month. I went from I had one as low as like $68 a month when I had all the windows open and the cool breeze blowing in and no thermostat being touched during the winter or the summer. And I had one as low as $60-something. I had another one about $90, which those are very, very reasonable. But I turned the air conditioning on July the 3rd. I said, I'm not going through the 4th of July weekend with and being uncomfortable. The 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, I'm going to be comfortable. And then the real heat wave hit, and I said, you know what? I'm going to be comfortable the rest of the summer. And I guess I'm just going to have to pay the price because every time you step outside with a humidity of 112, 75, 76 felt pretty good. So my electric bill came in yesterday and it was $220. But I only had it on from the 3rd, and then the billing cycle switched again on like the 15th. Yeah, the 15th. So I don't know what I'm in face for next month, but fortunately next month I found out I do qualify for LIHEAP, which has been done away with since Trump got in office, but they're bringing back some version of it for summer help.
What exactly is that?
LIHEAP is electric assistance for senior citizens, primarily people on Medicaid, shit like that. And I've qualified for it every year for quite some time. And but none of us have been able to get it since Trump come in because with all the cuts that him and Elon did, food stamps got cut $60 for some of us, and then I had to battle to get that back to where it was. But they made you wait 6 months to get it back. That's what Congress keeps pointing out. They're hoping you miss a box. They're hoping you don't check something correctly, so they can fuck you for at least 6 months, even if you check everything correctly and do everything right. And that's how they got it. I didn't answer some question correctly or the way they wanted it answered, so they reduced my food card from $291 to $231, and I just got it back to normal this month. Made me wait 6 months. They could have fixed that in a click. 6 months,
of course,
even though they knew they were the ones in the wrong, so it didn't matter. I do want to address the Filipinos real quick because we're getting ready to say goodbye to Facebook. I've had to block a few of you, and it's not because I don't care about you and that we don't want to help you and that we don't want to be of some help. But some of you have become relentless. You know, I hadn't done a show in 8-9 days. No money coming in. I haven't been doing well. Haven't been feeling well. I had doctor's appointments of my own, financial issues of my own. And sometimes there's just not enough money coming in to take care of every problem that you all have. We like to do our best to help you. But about 3 of you had to go away this week. And some others of you are in jeopardy. If you don't quit writing me, asking for money for every little fucking problem that comes up, and then hitting me with repeated crying emojis, please, sir, please help. I get it. I get it that sometimes you need help, but I can only do so much. Bob can only do so much. The train can only do so much. Now, Bob, if he'd sell that car.
Then I couldn't get to work and I'd be fired and I couldn't do anything.
If he would smother his father in his sleep and sell that house. Now.
I'd be home. Then I'd be homeless.
That's why I don't let Chris visit me at night, because he knows where all the pillows are, and never has anyone been murdered with a pillow that they got caught. If you watch Dateline, Use the pillow. Hospital, at home, don't matter. Use the pillow. You're gonna get by with no fingerprints. No
But
fingerprints.
if you watch Alfred Hitchcock, you know it only takes like 2 or 3 seconds to kill you too.
Yeah, instantly.
I haven't watched a lot of Hitchcock lately, but apparently with Jeffrey Epstein, apparently it takes less than a minute to kill you in prison. Just cut that
Evidently.
little segment. Well, now I'm hearing it's actually a 3-minute gap with the Epstein thing. I heard that today. No, it ain't a minute. It's
Then
3
it'll be a
minutes.
25-minute gap.
Yeah.
It's like the Watergate tapes.
And the big news of the day, Stephen Colbert called out Paramount on, it was either Monday or Tuesday show, and says, he bitched them out for caving in and being little bitches because Trump had no case. Fox edits his shit all the time to try to make him look good, but they were all concerned over a little bit of editing that was done that they thought was done to make Kamala look better. So Trump sued him over. He had absolutely no case whatsoever, and everybody knows it.
It won the election anyway. Jesus.
Well,
You know what I mean.
What did he?
Stole the election anyway.
If 20 million Democrats didn't stay, no, Democrats handed it to him. They claim over 20 million Democrats stayed home because of their feelings about Israel, Gaza, and Palestine.
Well,
that's a
and
lot
they
of
were
people.
upset because they didn't have an open primary. And
And you had that going on too.
Which,
And,
by the way, here in Arizona,
so
they
between those four things, they claim that 20 million Democrats stayed home. Well, we know a lot of them stayed home because Trump won with way less votes than what Biden got the previous election. But Trump would brag he got more votes than any losing president ever. Okay, well, stick a medal on that turkey, I guess. Yeah, I got more votes than
we scored more points than any losing effort in the Super Bowl than any team.
I guess. Oh, and real quickly, I want to touch on the ESPYs. Did anybody see the opening of the ESPYs?
I forgot they had those.
Now I know that comedian a little bit. I can't think of his name.
Oh,
right
wait,
now.
is that Shane Gillis or whatever?
Shane Gillis? Yeah,
Looks
Shane
like he's a
Gillis.
little special.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I've seen his act before. I couldn't have told you if he was a Trumper or not.
He seems borderline.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently at the ESPYs he was not, and I watched it. I watched because I heard about it, and I said, "Well, I got to see this." And oh my God, he had to read the room. Trump got everybody in that room a tax break. There wasn't anybody in there that wasn't a multimillionaire. And then we got some multi-billionaire owners. And then we got some mega fucking millionaires. So there wasn't anybody in there with a seat that Trump didn't do a favor for.
Except for the guys behind the camera.
Now, if you could have had that event with a bunch of food stamp recipients, Medicaid people, and hospital workers, then the vibe would have been a little different. But and he got some laughs, and he was making fun of it. And yeah, I knew that one wasn't going to work. I told you we should take that one out. And so he was trying to play on himself a little bit. But the room wasn't given, and all I've seen is the opening of the ESPYs. When FloJo came up in a very tight blue dress, I quit watching, never got back to it. I never wrapped up the All-Star game till today. I had no fucking clue.
Wait, FloJo showed up?
6-run lead and had to settle it with a swing off.
Yes,
Is everything all right?
Showed up.
Florence Griffith Joyner?
Yeah. Yes,
Florence
FloJo.
Griffith.
I thought she died a long time ago.
I don't think so. Well, I thought they introduced her as FloJo.
Let's see.
The first one to come up and do an award. I thought that's who they said.
Huh.
Yeah, well, she did die in 1998, which kind of made it tough for her to.
Okay, yeah, that's why if she showed up in a tight dress, I just wanted to know how that looked.
Well, you're both fired for calling me out on announcing somebody who's been dead for 20 seconds. No need for that.
Who was it then?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to go back. I thought they said FloJo.
Was it
maybe
Lolo
the
Jones?
maybe
Was
the
she like
comedian was making fun of her.
All
I
right,
don't
let's
know.
see here.
Yeah, see who the first one was.
Presenters: Angela Bassett, Allison Brie. Well, you wouldn't have thought it was Billie Jean King. Brooks Nader, Lindsey Vaughn.
Well, no, it would have been the first girl that came up in the blue dress. It was a black girl. It could be anybody that was black.
Well, this
was it Lolo Jones?
Maybe it was Lolo Jones.
Like real light skin.
No, this girl was
Leslie
as dark
Jones.
as FloJo.
No, okay.
Leslie Jones, maybe.
What did FloJo die? Was it? Well, I don't know. So what did
Leslie
FloJo die of? What did
Jones.
FloJo
Asthma
die of?
attack, I
Running too
believe.
much?
I
What's
think.
that?
She had
Yeah.
an asthma attack.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I noticed the Republicans aren't tuning in tonight.
No.
They're
So
not
let
tuning
me
in.
show you this picture. Is this her?
Well, if she's wearing a skin tight blue dress,
Well,
that'd probably
she's
be
not
better.
wearing a skin in this picture because I don't have last night's pictures.
Well,
But
that's what you need. She was the
Well, I
first
don't
one to get
have
the award. Bob seems a little moody tonight.
no, I'm very unmoody.
I think he's just over it right now.
There.
No, it wasn't her.
Oh,
no.
yeah,
Okay.
that's Leslie Jones. That's new.
Yeah, I know Leslie Jones. She's a comedian. No, this girl was not Leslie Jones. No.
She was an
All
athlete.
right.
I'll be goddamn. Hang on. Kick me out. Let me bring
Get
it
him
up.
out of here.
SB presenters, female, 2025.
It would have been the first one. I'm going to see if I can bring it up. I don't think that was her.
Are you talking about
Diana
Simone Biles?
Rossini.
Police 24/7? What the fuck is that?
Was it Simone Biles with a very tight
I
shiny
know
blue dress?
Simone Biles. It wasn't Simone Biles. It was not.
She's got a nice little dress on.
She does, but it wasn't her. Because this girl was like 6'2" or 6'3", and Simone is like 4'8".
Oh, yeah. Very handy.
So there's nothing. One there. ESPYs.
All in with Jen Psaki, the ESPYs.
Serena Williams.
Was it Russell Wilson?
Russell. Now, Russell.
Where'd it go? It's not even on my resume watch. Ah, fuck it. I don't give a shit now. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah,
No, yeah, because the comedian also made fun of Simone Biles being 4'8", and that she had so much gold that
Was it
she
Aja
was,
Wilson?
I don't know. I wouldn't know the name if I heard it.
She's a basketball player, so that would be.
I'll have to go deep into my menu, find the ESPYs. We're not going to be here long anyway because Jamie and Tyler are the only ones that said anything.
Yeah, no one.
By the way,
Michigan Mike said he was going to be watching, but apparently not.
So the Filipino ladies that do get blocked, please don't come over begging me to unblock you because I don't have that power, nor do I really care to. If you got blocked for a reason.
Yeah, it was
Flash
it was called, and I've told all of them, send me one damn message and I'll respond when I see it, and when you keep flooding me like that. Randy Macho Man Satterley with a $25 donation. Thank you, Randy the Macho Man Satterley. Tyler Cox says, King, it's been so long since you've done a show. I bet some people donate twice as much tonight. Well, you were wrong on that.
Well, you know what? Actually, he's right because all those that have been donating zero are donating twice as zero.
Twice as many zeros, yeah. Tyler donated $15. Thank you, Tyler Cox, who's been the only member to say a word yet. Now, it is members only, and they're the only ones that can get in here tonight. So 25, 35, 40. So we got $40. Paul RJ's in there. Sydney Martin's in here. Well, I'm glad somebody fucking showed up. Starting to wonder.
Haven't seen you in a minute.
And I wrote the only way I really got to get a hold of him, good Chris CC. I sent him a message on PayPal because you can do that with some people. We haven't heard from him in almost 2 months. So, a donation would be great because he's one of our better donors once a month. But
just let us know you're okay.
Just get in touch with us and let us know that you're okay, man. Whether you can donate or not, they ain't got anything to do with it. Let us know that you're okay because it's not like good Chris to disappear for 2 months. So if you can donate, that's great. If you can't, you're still a friend of the show, man. Just get in touch with us and let us know that you're okay because it's not like him not to respond.
What happened to Flowers?
Hopefully he's okay. So we need to make $80 for me to be here past 9:45. We got 40 in the house right now. I will try to help Labrador. Bob has the way to help her. Now I don't know who's going to notify her and let her know to check her Gcash. But goddamn, and JMB, you're on warning too, honey. I love you, but goddamn, there's only so much I can do. And when I keep getting messages over and over and over with crying faces and all that. And there's another one out there named Anna that was doing that to me.
Oh yeah,
and
my number one fan.
Guys, you know, there's only so much I can do and so much I can handle. And, you know, we do our best to help as many people as we can on this show, but the dollars only go so far. And we cannot handle every expense you've got. Whatever you were doing before you found this show, you need to do more of that. We don't mind helping. We can't support anybody. And I'll be honest with you, Eunice's family got a stern talking to this week. We have spent a lot of money to get them self-sufficient, like we did with Vanessa and Jen and a few others. And you're there now. You're there. And they had a situation come up this week to where the cat knocked the laptop and the floor and it needed repairs. I said, well, your mother just got paid. Have her fix it. And I think it was a 1,500 peso repair. Well, Daddy, Mama paid up the internet for 3 months and the rent for 3 months. I said, well, that's fantastic. That's great. Guess what you don't have now? Guess what you don't have now is emergency money if fucking something happens. Well, we did have emergency money, but Mom filled my motorcycle up and paid my school fees. No, that's not emergency money. That's money you have to spend every month. You have school fees and you need gas in your motorcycle to go back and forth to school. It's not emergency money. So I had to have a start talking with them. And Sendwave has gotten a little picky with me on some of the people getting many more transactions. Not necessarily the amount, but how many transactions some people get as opposed to others.
It's almost like trying to warn you, like, hey, man, ease up with these people.
Ease up with helping these fucking people. What do you think we're here? Oh, that's why we're here. Throat got dry all of a sudden. Does it show up with the green screen? Yeah, I had to go on the green screen because with all my Republican haters watching tonight, I had to come from an undisclosed location. I'm glad they let me bring my microphone with me, though, because I was really concerned about that.
Deep down
in gave me a shitty TV, though. I demanded a 100-inch TV in the background. Look at that ain't no 100 inches. What bullshit.
Force perspective.
What bullshit, yeah. So I got my conference table there in case all my Republican friends show up and want to start ratting out Memphis wrestlers. It's right there. There's room for all, well, not all of you, but some of you. So yeah, Jambi, you're welcome, but you now have to be on alert. The people are getting blocked, and it ain't because we're not going to help them no more. But Eunice's family is on a lengthy reprieve. I mean, if an emergency comes up, yeah, we're still going to help them. But we can't handle every fucking issue. And Jambi, hopefully you can get a better job. And a lot of people are getting dogs because they know that's my weak point. My cat's sick. My dogs are hungry. I've been getting a lot of those. Well, it sounds to me like you can't afford dogs and cats. Hate to take that tone with it, but if you can't feed yourself, then you can't feed the dogs and the cats. Well, there's that too. I never wanted to have that be my logo, but
sometimes you got.
Well, I mean, we have to prioritize. Especially when there's not much funds coming in, we have to prioritize. It's got to go to food and medicines first,
right?
Then utilities.
Yeah.
Then, and human food. Sorry, I love dogs and cats as much as anybody.
Well, that's why those dogs and cats have to learn to get to liking rice, because a lot of them want me to buy a specific dog. Well, my dog doesn't like that.
Chase rats.
Your dog will like what's on sale.
Jeanette's dog. Well, he wants fish with his rice. Well, then you better get a pole. You better get a pole and go down to the creek.
Down to the fishing hole.
Down to the fishing hole. Yeah, we got that. So let's go ahead and take down the logos, the sponsors, and I'm going to. We probably got about all in here. We're going to get tonight anyway. And Michigan Mike, if you're watching, say hey. You said he's going to be watching tonight. And so if Michigan Mike is watching, and or if Good Chris is watching, whoever else can help us out tonight, be that Jeff Sanford or whomever, we're trying to get to $80, and I got about 9 minutes to handle this Jeffrey Epstein thing because that'll be right at 45 minutes, right? And we got
Pretty
$40.
much.
We got $40 in the house from 2 people.
If you can
We'll
do
see
it for
how-
15 minutes, yeah.
Paul RJ from Australia took the time to watch the show tonight. Sydney Martin watching the show tonight.
Very lovely.
So here we go. As for the Trumpstein Files, there's 2 videos out, and I've sent them to every Republican friend I've got. They kind of resurfaced recently. And y'all can call bullshit. I've got one of my Memphis wrestlers is just losing his mind. Trump was not, and I'm going to say it. YouTube can get fucking pissed if they want. I don't give a fuck. Trump was convicted of rape, sexual assault, and sexual abuse. Those were the 3 categories it fell under. And now they're trying to nitpick. No, he wasn't convicted of rape. He was convicted of sexual abuse. How is one all that fucking much better than the other if that were the case? But the truth of the matter is the judge, and you can Google this, look it up. It's well documented if anybody fucking wants to look it up. The judge that oversaw the case in New York on the E. Jean Carroll situation, the jury found him guilty of sexual abuse because he penetrated her without her permission. Hopefully the kids aren't watching. But that's what he did. She said she didn't know if it was his penis, his finger, or his little toe. She didn't know, but he put something in her. That was her fucking testimony. So when the case came out on that part, the judge said when he came back to give his review, says, yes, they have come back with you are guilty of sexual abuse. I just want you to know that what you did in the state of New York is considered rape. And that is what the judge said. So that's why Anthony Scaramucci calls him a convicted rapist. Jasmine Crockett, my girl, sadly, she's married. And I don't think it would matter. Yeah, she's married. Yeah, she's a good looking girl. Jasmine Crockett, like you give a shit. You and you
like
know.
I had a shot.
Like you had a shot. Jasmine Crockett down in Texas called him a rapist on the Laura Coates show yesterday. And she said, well, he is convicted of rape. You know, you guys are protecting a convicted rapist. A 34-time convicted felon. What are his felony charges? Falsifying documents to hide the money that he paid off to porn stars, especially Stormy Daniels. And there was one other girl that was included in that too, to where he falsified records to pay her off. So the man, so now if that ain't enough for you, he's on the flight logs 7 fucking times. Also quoted by Jasmine Crockett last night. She has seen a lot of these documents that most of us haven't seen. Guess who else has seen those documents? Homie's daughter, who prosecuted Jeffrey Epstein and Jerlene Maxwell. Is that her name? Jerlene, whatever her name is. Mrs. Maxwell, who Trump, when she was convicted, I wish her well. Why? Well, he's been in countless fucking pictures with her. Jeffrey Epstein is documented as saying, well, yeah, Trump used to fly with me on my planes to go to the island. And oh, by the way, I introduced him to Melania. And in layman's terms, the first time he ever slept with Melania, or I'm sorry, he said had sex with, the first time Trump ever had sex with Melania was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, not Trump's plane. If he had one, I guess he did. I don't know. Trump Force One or whatever the fuck he was calling it back then. So and then the Daily Show said, Barron, that's how you met your mother. That's how I met. That's how I met your mother. Is that and we can say goodbye to Facebook. I agree with you, Stephen. You got your shit in just in time. No, and that's what Jasmine Crockett. And now, of all people, go. Let's give Facebook 5 more minutes, unless you've already killed him.
Yeah, he made it.
Give him 5 more minutes.
No, all right.
Maybe Stephen will donate. Yeah. So, where was I going with this?
Jasmine Crockett.
Goddamn. What's that?
Jasmine Crockett said he was racist.
Jasmine Crockett. Shit, I lost.
Saw the list.
He's
been on the plane 9 times.
Yeah, so he was on the flight log 7 times.
First time he banged Melania was on Epstein's plane.
He's tried to tell people in hindsight, well, I never went to the island. Because I didn't go to the island.
Not that island. No.
How many child porn islands are there?
That's what it says on the map.
But if that wasn't enough, recorded testimony, and I've sent this out. There's a girl, and I've sent it to you guys. There's a girl that's in her, I guess, 30s or 40s now, that said, when I was 13, I was at one of the Epstein sex parties, and it was like my first one. And I didn't know what I was expected to do or don't do. So Trump is at the sex party with Jeffrey, go figure, and Trump asked me to give him a hand job. And I said no. I didn't think that was my job. Well, then I got pulled aside by Miss Maxwell, and Jeffrey was explained that is your job, is to do what Mr. Trump asked you to do. And she testified that and recorded it. I mean, it's out there. And I would play it on the show because one of my Memphis said, well, why don't you play that on your show tonight? I said, well, we didn't have a fucking copyright restriction on it, which you have read. It says it right on the goddamn thing. You know I can't play it. So why don't you quit defending your fucking convicted rapist and shut the fuck up, Memphis wrestler? That's what I said. So that one's out there. And then in the testimony, and I saw this during the testimony, that it was reported that a 14-year-old girl testified under oath in that courtroom is that, well, yeah, Trump used to come to the sex parties, and I was 14 at the time, and he told me how pretty I was, and I was his favorite to give him his massages. And if that ain't good enough for you, Mar-a-Lago was a recruitment facility to recruit these girls, to process them, to get them visas where they could fly them back and forth from whatever countries they were coming from. Melania was only 22. He probably didn't want anything to do with her. She was way too old. But yeah, Mar-a-Lago was a recruitment hub to be able to get all these girls in. And Trump and Epstein both have admitted they closed down Mar-a-Lago once. And this is out of both of their own fucking mouths, is that they closed down Mar-a-Lago to bring in underage caddies to come to Mar-a-Lago with only Trump and Epstein there, and they closed down the facility. So, and not that they didn't invite some other fucking rich ass pervs and make some money off from them. I have no doubt they didn't do that. But Mar-a-Lago was closed to the so-called public so they could bring in underage caddies to do this golf tournament. Lord knows what they were asked to do, probably the shit they were asked to do for 20 years. Well, now some of the Republicans are trying to say, well, he wasn't like that when Trump knew him. Trump got rid of him when he found out what he was about. Well, no, that's not the case.
I'm going to read an article. I'm going to read it offline so I can check the facts for you. But some recent, very, very recent news on this subject. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm sure the news has changed. But I'm telling you what I have seen personally. The video that's out right now from the two girls that swore under oath. One was 13 at the time. One was 14 at the time. This shit was going on for 20 fucking years.
Oh, absolutely.
And is Bob trying to protect Donald Trump?
No, I think he's trying to protect the show.
The show's fine. Let's see here.
And if there is
Stephen Colbert might not be fine. He's going away next May. They try to. Michael Ryder has saved the show for tonight. Michigan Mike with a $40 challenge to anybody else out there that would like to match it. Thank you very much, Michigan Mike. We appreciate you. Feel free to chime in here if you would like. Thank you very much. Randy the Macho Man with 25 and TC from the NC with 15. So that got us to the $80 minimum tonight. So Michigan Mike is the star of the game. And save the show for those that were interested. Okay, let me say goodbye to Facebook because there's no donations coming from there.
Bye-bye.
I do know how to do that.
Do you? Okay.
I learned some shit on here every now and then. All right, well, Facebook is gone, and they got to hang around a lot longer than they were intended to do. But they tried to take a vote today and yesterday to release the Epstein Files. Every single Democrat was in on it. Yep, go ahead and release them. And if there's Democrats on there, if there's high-powered businessmen that have done business with Democrats, let the chips fall where they may. Oh, you think Bill Clinton's on there? Well, he was on the flight logs once. If Bill did something, fuck Bill.
Get him too.
Let him go. Let him go. So every single Republican but one voted to block that bill. They didn't want the Epstein Files coming out. Well, I wonder fucking why. So I don't know what Bob is researching, but Democrats want the files to be released. 15 from me a few days ago. Oh, you're going to count that shit. You're going to count that shit. I haven't done a show in 8 days. All right. 15 from Paul RJ from a few days ago. We'll count it. As a matter of fact, I think Robert Palmer from England sent $10 a few days ago.
Simply
irresistible. So if we're counting old money, let's get Robert Palmer in there too.
And Buddha, he did 99 cents about 13 months ago.
Somebody did. Yeah, somebody did 99 cents 2 months ago. Oh, yeah, I can help you. I will have you call me one day when I'm working. Yeah, I need some help from PayPal linking my 501c3 account to the 501c3 PayPal. Fantastic, because I haven't figured out how to get that thing verified yet. So thank you very much. You just tell me when to call you and it will be done. Yeah, I've got a fan of the show that works at PayPal, and I'm having trouble linking my 501c because it's not showing me like it does on my regular PayPal account how to do that. God damn it. The microphone of the keyboard keeps recording everything I'm saying. So give me a second here.
Oh, is that Drago's friend?
Yeah, that's Drago's friend. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ticket. And let's see. Oh, good.
Drago, if you watching, what's up?
Let's see. TC wrote me, said I will be there, and he is. So thank you, TC. So yeah, I have renamed them the Trumpstein Files. I thought that's well, he did. He got that in there. Yeah, I've renamed them the Trumpstein Files, but and it's like with our Memphis friends. Let me get back to the show where I can see everybody. It's like with the Memphis Files. Nobody on there wants to rat out anybody, because if I had to guess, 70 or 80% of the territory was involved in some very bad shit from the top to the bottom. And there was a handful of people that, to my knowledge, never engaged in that shit. But then again, there were also some people over there that saw it happen firsthand, didn't do anything. Now, whatever my friend did, I heard him brag about, but I never saw it because he knew I would never participate in anything like that, including the things that went on in his home. So I cannot testify or verify any of that stuff, only what he said or what he might have left on my voicemail. I didn't see it, but I got a lot of Memphis friends that saw it happen and did nothing. Even, well, I didn't participate in it. Yeah, but you saw it.
God, I can only imagine the smell after that party.
All right, Bob, go ahead. Fact check me. Can't hear you.
Unmute yourself, Bob.
Probably, yeah. If you're going to rat out Trump, he probably muted you.
He did. All right. According to the Washington Examiner, which is a right-leaning newspaper in the D.C. area,
okay.
President Donald Trump has directed Attorney General Pam Bondi on Thursday to, quote, produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony relating to sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. This comes a day after the Wall Street Journal published a story concerning a birthday letter Trump wrote to Epstein that says the pair have, quote, certain things in common, end quote. So Trump's message on X or Truth Social or wherever, based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I have asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval, he wrote in his Truth Social post. This scam perpetrated by the Democrats.
This hoax. This hoax is this great one. That's what the Daily Show figured out.
Russia
hoax.
Bondi replied on X, President Trump, we're ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts. Now,
I can already tell you what's going to happen there. I can already tell you.
Well, anything that comes out will be heavily redacted.
pertinent information. In other words, anything that ain't got my fucking name in it.
Yeah.
Pertinent
To who?
Anything that's got a Democrat's name on it is pertinent information.
Well, that's what they were going for to begin with, and that's why the MAGA base didn't give a fuck. They just wanted to bury the and I think they were stupid enough to think that the best friend of Jeffrey Epstein for 20 years wasn't engaged in any of this, because they never see the news sources that report the shit that I've read to you tonight, or not read to you, but quoted back to you tonight. And as Bob said, that is a right-leaning newspaper. And I saw Trump out in front of his little airplane after all the pressure that has come on to release those files, because Pam Bondi said she had all the shit.
Well, then she said there wasn't anything.
Oh, then it
Then she said
disappeared.
there wasn't anything, after saying for quite some time that there was.
So then why is Giselle, what's her name, in prison if there's no file?
Well, that's a question the Democrats have asked, because they want her released from prison to be able to come to Congress to testify, to tell everybody what she knows and who she knows did what. Well, but she's also appealing to Trump to try to get her prison sentence reduced or eliminated. So she's in a bit of a catch-22. Well, I can go to Congress and I can rat some people out, and the Democrats are going to love me. But the only shot I got at getting out of here is if Trump, and he can, I think. Is she on state charges or federal? If it's federal charges, he can get her out. If it's state charges, he cannot.
I believe it is federal sex trafficking.
Once you cross the state line with the minor, it becomes federal.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is subject to court approval, and then they'll immediately ask the Supreme Court.
And they'll ask the Supreme Court, where he is totally protected. No, so nothing is going to come out of this to where Pam Blondie, as she's now been called by other maggots, she is not going to release one thing that's got Trump's name in it, because she's been told not to release any pertinent information. You're not going to find anybody that has supported Trump, anybody that's donated to Trump. You're not going to find anybody, if they do release anything, that is going to be anything other than a fucking
sanitized,
Democrat.
right? It'll be
And
highly
I'm not
sanitized.
saying there's not Democrats on the list. Clinton is already on the flight logs. Well, you know, if you were going to name presidents that I thought were going to that island to fuck underage girls, I'd put Bill Clinton at the goddamn top of the list. Well, George Bush was, no, I don't think George was over there fucking underage girls. So I would protect that Republican. Well, Richard Nixon was, no, I don't think Richard was doing that. Now, the other great story that Trump has been telling lately, have you heard him talk about MIT, and that his uncle was one of the smartest men ever at MIT, and that his uncle, something Trump,
Ted Kaczynski. Yeah.
Ted Kaczynski, he taught the Unabomber at MIT, and said the Unabomber was one of the smartest. But I asked my uncle, what kind of a student was he? Oh, he was one of the best, you know. And he said there's a fine line when you cross geniuses with evil. No shit.
Yeah,
so,
well, unfortunately,
did you read the fact checked on that, Bob?
Yeah, the uncle died before Kaczynski went to MIT.
And he doesn't have any of the degrees that Trump claimed he had. He said he had
chemical
degree in math. He's got a math degree and two other fucking awesome degrees. That
mechanical degrees and something. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's told this story multiple times, but he just told it again in front of one of the world leaders like yesterday. And he's told this bullshit story repeatedly about this brilliant fucking uncle of his that taught Ted Kaczynski. Well, none of the shit matches up. None, and he keeps telling the fucking story. And then my wrestling friend always wants to talk about the mental deficiencies of Joe Biden, but he thinks this guy's a sharp guy. Now, the other beef I've got going on in the podcast world, what's my friend Rico doing? I saw him doing a podcast the other day, and he sent me a picture. Who? He's got a gun on him doing do y'all have guns on you right now? Because I'll show you what I got to defend on.
Hold on, let me.
Any of you got a gun?
Mine's in a case in a drawer.
Coltrane?
It's in a case in a drawer.
Well, you're a hood rat.
Mine's
so,
locked up. Yeah, mine's
right.
locked up.
Well, I was brought up around guns. My stepdad had a shitload of them. He tried to get me to shoot a groundhog when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I purposely missed it and never fired
And then cried.
any of his guns again. This is what I got. Well, it's a hairbrush. This is what I got to defend myself. Somebody breaks in here, I'm going to jam it in your fucking throat, because that's all I got. Maybe I can spray some rubbing alcohol in your goddamn face. I got that. Maybe I could pick up. Maybe I can jam him with a BS flag or something. Who the fuck is he concerned about that he's got a gun in his belt? Who's he going to shoot?
He does live out in the desert, right?
I don't give a fuck where he lives.
A rattlesnake might come up.
Any jackalope can come in and tear your door down.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
The jackalope.
But he did the same. But he did the same thing when he lived in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Well,
Vegas, any crackhead can bust in your house at any time.
And I don't want to. I don't want to say anything. But one of my podcast friends is in excellent shape. But I noticed today he's got a turkey neck. You know the Trump turkey neck.
Oh,
Trump's got that. My friend who is in excellent shape at about my age got a turkey neck. My big fat ass somehow has avoided the turkey neck. Bob, you're not as big a fat ass as I am.
Not.
You ain't got no turkey neck, do you?
Well, a little bit growing up. Now, my mom had a really bad. My mom was skinny as a rail, but she had.
Yeah,
it's just a genetic thing right there. So
not bad for a 400-pound neck right there.
Yeah, so I've thought about getting the old lift, right? Because I'm not
why?
that vain.
But why?
But I'm not that vain, right?
Yeah,
my neck is like 3 feet long, so I don't have.
Yeah. Now, one of the comedians was making puns of lunatics with purple hair the other day and nose rings. Now, I will say, I haven't seen Bob with a nose ring yet. But what about purple hair? Yeah, these right-wing lunatics with purple hair and nose rings. Now, I've seen a lot of right-wing lunatics. I don't recall seeing a shitload of them with purple hair. Am I missing something?
I don't.
Yeah. No, I missed out on that one. Michigan Mike, you gonna speak to us? You donated, and that was very nice of you to do. Let's see. Yeah.
You know, Bob, earlier you were talking about the primary thing and how people bitch about that. But
yeah, that's the one. So and here, this is something else I want to get into. Chris Schmidt, you little bitch. You're over there on Coltrane's show, like you're in the fucking front row with your VIP tickets every time Coltrane does a show, and apparently bring all your fucking troll friends with you. You've got a fucking open invitation to come here. We've unblocked you and one of your little buddies. You're obviously watching the show, you little bitch. Why do you never comment here? Hi, Michigan Mike. Well, Michigan Mike, was the show so boring? It's not a good testimony to my show when the fans come in or my friends come in and say, yeah, I fell asleep. I get that a lot. I fell asleep, King. It's not a good testimonial for my show. You
know what? My date said that. The last date I had said the exact same thing.
I fell asleep.
Awful.
So tell me, Bad Chris, who hasn't donated in quite some time, by the way. You're over there on Coltrane show with front row VIP tickets.
Having a good old time.
But I heard that you were lighting up, and I'll go ahead and say the little dipshit's name. We had to get rid of him over here because he used to donate a lot of money, but he became very racist and very homophobic. We got rid of him, the boss man. Now, apparently he was over on your show. Now, was he over there specifically to troll, or what was he doing?
Oh, to troll. Yeah, I cut a troll.
What was he trolling you about?
You. Just you.
So the dipshit, stupid motherfucker can't get in here.
Hi, Becky.
So he goes over to you. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, darling.
Oh, Rebecca. As a matter of fact, I dropped your name today, Rebecca, when I was talking about these Memphis wrestlers that like to bang underage girls, and they don't want to go. I said, well, I'd like to have Rebecca Algier Adcock on my show, and have her tell her stories from the mid-'70s. Of things she knows about certain individuals.
One that shall very close to me out here.
Let me tell you something, Memphis wrestlers. If you ever want to come on this show, I got my guest waiting in the wings.
Sitting in the green room.
She's kind of the Maxwell of the Epstein Files, right? Well, no, because I don't think
didn't
Becky
arrange
recruited
She knows
anything.
where the bodies
Yeah, Becky
are
didn't
buried.
recruit anybody, but Becky got a list longer than Maxwell ever thought of seeing.
Yeah, she knows where the bodies are buried.
All the fucking traffic that rolled
Well,
through the Memphis
They
territory.
weren't being buried back then. They were
Well,
just being.
they
the
weren't
bodies
being
buried
buried.
themselves anyway.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so my little Memphis wrestling friends that want to run your fucking mouths and protect the fucking convicted rapist, let me know when you're ready to come on my show and face this young lady. Because she probably knows you. She probably knows you. She knows who you are, what you've done, and where you did it at. Rebecca, do you mind me dragging you into this? Because I just did.
She's like, well, I'm here now. Shit.
Yeah, I just did. Hope you got your $2 worth, Rebecca. So,
Oh, but
and I'll
real
be the
quick
first
though.
and I'll be the first to admit, I used to have a crush on Rebecca, Farrah Fawcett, Algier Adcock. I used to have a bit of a crush on her. Pretty girl.
I'm gonna get this in.
Pretty
Anyway.
girl.
So Arizona
But I was
did a
I was
vote on
dating
the
Lisa
primary
Mudd at the
thing,
time. I was dating
and
Lisa
voted
Mudd
it
at the
down.
time.
You got that.
I was
Bob.
dating. Well, I'm gonna try and talk here if anybody will let me. You let me get my shit in.
Oh, okay. I'll let you.
Please,
Go ahead.
gentlemen, please.
Just for 1 second, let
decorum.
Kenny talk.
Right.
a little fucking decorum in the room, if you don't
My
mind.
bad.
So, no, I had a bit of a crush on a little Rebecca back there, but there's a thing going along with it. I was fucking 17. I was dating Lisa Mudd, who was 16. Sandy Mudd, who was not of age yet, had some
Any relation to
big
Dr.
fans.
Mudd?
Had some big fans in the Memphis territory that like to take them to the van. I'm sure Becky remembers this. I won't mention her name because I may as well. But there was a certain Memphis wrestler that used to hit on my girlfriend when she was 16 and I was 17, and I had to confront my Memphis wrestler, and he acted like he didn't know who she was. He said, "Lisa who?" I said, "Yeah, that's a good answer." So I was 17, but I was
an accent.
No, the wrestler didn't have an accent. No, you got the wrong one. You got the but that wrestler with an accent was very fond of her sister.
Yeah, I figured he was in there somewhere.
Yeah, he was in there somewhere. He was. So, Memphis, I got my Maxwell sitting right here. Only she didn't, to my knowledge, she didn't recruit anybody. She didn't recruit Lisa, thank God.
She just knew
So,
shit.
Becky, you're free to talk, honey. You got your membership.
Just
Becky
come on
going,
sometime.
Becky going, I picked the wrong goddamn night to pop on this show.
Come on sometime so I can look at you this time. I need to see what you look like.
Well, there was a Memphis wrestler that was after Becky when she was fucking 14 years old, you know? And now, to what I know about the situation is that her mom was cool with it. Now, if I got that wrong, correct me. But that's what I gathered from it.
Does this guy have
But
a
that's
long
still- that's
sideburns
still
and his
wrong.
hair slicked back?
I mean, if I go to the Philippines and a 16-year-old Filipino girl says, "Kenny, I want to marry you," I don't think it matters if the mom gives permission. Well, maybe it does. Fuck. Because in Tennessee it does. Because in Tennessee it does. In Tennessee, and I think they just repassed this law. In Tennessee, I think you can marry a 13-year-old girl with parental consent.
I think Arkansas is like that too. 14,
Well,
I believe.
You can name all the states you want, and other than Maine, I think they're all going to be southern states.
In 2022, the Philippines raised the age of sexual consent
From
12
Oh my
God.
to 16.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Woo! Cracking
Nigeria's
down
age,
on those pedophiles.
Nigeria's age of sexual consent is 11.
At this time?
That was as of the time this article was done.
Oh my
Which is
God.
2022, yeah.
You got to be, fucking.
No wonder they collect 38 wives.
12-year-olds can consent to sex.
There's nothing
Not
sexy
more.
about a 12-year-old.
Just line Tennessee up with them, I guess. Motherfuck. I mean,
I got to see some crow's feet.
to me, I think the kid at least has to be out of fucking high school. Be that 17 or 18, the kid at least has to be out of high school.
And not one of them gifted out of high
I
school.
think college years would be a good idea. I mean, trust me, none of them are fucking waiting that long. But I think 22. Let them get through fucking college. As a man, have the decency to let them get out of fucking
You have to
college.
be able to buy me a drink at least.
Well, there you
Legally.
go. There you go. Oh, and trust me, there was a lot of that shit going on too in Memphis.
I bet.
So in several states, the age of consent is 16 in the United States.
Where's that?
In
Most
quite a
of the
few states. Actually, you're right. Most of the states, it's 16.
But still, you can.
Some
still,
of them have a
There's
close in age
there's people
exception.
in prison. There's people in prison over fucking 16 and 17-year-old girls.
But once you're
Something there's not
18, I
adding up
think
with
it's like it's still statutory rape until you become
Yeah.
18. But it's
Yeah, there's
16
people
and
there's
17
people in prison that have fucked 16 and 17-year-olds.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's not even worth messing with. Like,
Yeah, it's probably a good idea just not to do that.
Yeah.
Not to do that. And the sponsors are going, and we'll throw them back up here a little bit later. We've been on what almost.
We're glad this show's not
Exactly
sponsored.
Well, but buddy, it looks like $80 is it for us tonight. Michigan Mike was half of that. So,
Not a bad hour.
so your opinions on the All-Star game if you watched it.
I
Didn't
missed
watch it.
I fell asleep.
Well, I did. It took
Didn't even
me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to see all the All-Star game. I just saw the end of it today.
Who won?
I didn't know that the National League blew a 6-run lead late in the game.
Oh, there you go.
They blew a
But they
6-run
won.
lead.
The National
So they
League
go
won
to
in a
the
swing.
allow
off.
me to finish, Bob. Please, God. Allow me to please. A little decorum. Now we'll have a good show. So we go to the 9th inning. Get that Slurpee out of your face, Coltrane. Both of you are slurping Slurpees. I hope that's what those are. So they get to the 9th inning, 6-4 lead, National League. American League, of course, like it's fucking scripted wrestling, gets 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, ties the goddamn game at 6. Well, they about had a fucking riot the last time they had a tie because they announced to the crowd, if this game is tied at the end of 9 innings, it is a tie. Everybody goes home. Everybody wins. Nobody loses. The crowd did not like that the year that happened. So this year, after 9 innings, because Aroldis Chapman was the last pitcher for the American League. They get out of it 6-6, left a winning run at 3rd. How did we settle it? Secondary home run derby. 3 batters from each team get 3 swings. And 3 American Leaguers, 3 from the National League. Strangely enough, not many of the people that participated in home run derby participated in this. Ellie De La Cruz is sitting over there for the Cincinnati Reds, who in batting practice, they say hits some monster fucking home runs and plus does a pretty good job during games. They had some Florida Marlin guy who apparently hit 3 or 4 home runs in one game recently. He's got 11 home runs all year. He's the leadoff guy for the National League, and I think he hits 1 home run. And the American League is, but it came down to Kyle Schwarber coming up. Kyle Schwarber gets 3 swings. Kyle Schwarber knocked 3 balls out of the fucking park with his 3 swings. They didn't even need to have their 3rd guy come up and hit, and they win it by 1, like 6-5 or whatever it was. But the National League wins the All-Star game due to a miniature home run derby swing off after 9 innings of play. But the final score is still 6-6. And they said you'll have to look in the liner notes to actually see who won this game. All right, now you 2 little whiny bitches who just won't shut up, won't let me have my say on this show, can come back in. There you go. Anything y'all would like to add to that?
The beatings will continue.
Have you apologized to Jazzy Jana yet for having 9
I
days
did.
to set up an hour to meet with that poor little girl?
I said, Jazzy Jana, I don't want to act like Kenny Bolin and just blow people off and block them
Well.
whenever they ask for anything.
Yeah. Well, there's always that option.
She said,
Bob, I'm going to ask you a question.
you can always
Drop your bangs back in front of your face again.
They're long.
Is there any
Oh, wow.
particular reason you don't elect to trim those to where they don't go down to your nose?
Well, because I'm not really wearing them as bangs. I'm wearing
Oh.
them as.
They
your name
framed
is
your
Bobby
face.
Banks. Your
That's
name
right.
is Bobby Banks.
Oh, that's an old nickname.
Well, so you're leaving that.
I'm gonna just
All right.
be. Well, I left my purple hair
once
behind.
mine gets below the eyebrows, I'll pull out. Do I have them here? Where are they at? Do I have the big? Here they are. I got these big motherfuckers. They need some WD-40. They're sticking a little bit. Oh, that's why I've been
That's no
cutting
trimmer?
double stick. I've been cutting double stick tape with them, and the residue from the double stick tape has gotten on my scissors.
Oh,
Yeah.
that fucks
There
the
you
scissors
go.
up.
Little foghorn there describing scissors. Yeah, so I'm going to have to WD-40 those with it. But yeah, if the bangs get a little out of hand, I just line that shit up and just go right across there.
You put a bowl on your head first?
Mo Howard sent me his
bowl
bowl.
cut.
Yeah. How do you like those YouTube videos that have the AI guy narrating and they'll talk about all the horrible things that went on with the Three Stooges? But you don't see any of the things that they said happened with the Three Stooges. They'll show clips out the ass, but it's just an AI guy making up shit.
Yeah.
I did see the one where Larry was like really depressed about how Curly was going downhill.
Yeah. I think we saw the same one.
Yeah.
I think we saw the same.
Yeah. Anytime I hear the AI guy on the video,
it's time to check out when you hear the uniform AI guy.
Well, the girl is
always that one guy.
Yeah.
Because I think we all know the guy. We all know the AI guy. Why is he the one? Why does he get every video?
Well, because that was the free text to speech. The first one was actually free. So cheap
I
ass
hate the AI girl. That sounds
have you seen the white guy that acts like he's Morgan Freeman? Yeah, they have an AI version of Morgan Freeman up, and it says, I know you think this is Morgan Freeman, but this is not Morgan Freeman. And then they do that double screen thing, and then you see the white guy who's talking and then
doing the voice.
Yeah, and it's Morgan Freeman's voice, and then they have Morgan Freeman's image.
The creepy thing now is, I'm about to get to be 65, and I'm sure that right when you were 65, and you may not have because you were already on disability, but I'm getting all these like Medicare things.
Oh yeah, well I got hit with those when I turned 62.
Are you getting the pre-funeral burial shit?
Right. So what I'm getting are these AI generated videos where not even the guy isn't real. He's just some guy sitting in the street. Hey, lots of AI, lots of Medicare webinars are out there, but you can look at it's not even a real guy.
No,
they just generated some image of some dude talking about. I'm like, oh, Jesus. You can't trust anything anymore except for the Epstein Files.
Except for the Epstein Files. That's all you can trust. I went to White Castle today when I got out of the doctor. I hadn't had the sack of 10 cheeseburgers in quite some time, and all I had this morning was a protein shake. I didn't eat anything before I went to the dentist. Oh, here's how that shit's going to go. I went in, and you know me, I'm not going into a hospital or a doctor situation that I'm not going to bully some people while I'm there. So I'm in there, and then the doctor comes in and says, well, Kenny, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do this. I said, what we're going to do is I'm leaving here with some fucking dentures today. That's what we're going to do. She says, now, Kenny, it doesn't work that way here at the University of Louisville. There's too many of those crooked dentist places out there claim you come in one day and leave with dentures that day. I said, I will be the first to agree with you that it doesn't seem to be a good idea to yank teeth out of my head and stick dentures in the same day. There is a healing process. Especially if you're going to do the screws to the implants and everything.
Right.
So, but they explained to me today, and we did all the head x-rays and everything, and I had to do 2 or 3 different versions of that. And they said, anything. I got the consultation today. Yeah, they didn't find anything in my head. There was nothing there. And
just a little rattle.
It rattled a little bit. Some screws. They saw some screws in there. I think they used an old Curly X-ray is what they did. Found some screws, some nuts and bolts. And but they explained to me today that on the best case scenario, once we get this shit going, and I go through all these stages, and there's going to be like several more appointments, even though I think we've established what we need to do. There's only 4 teeth need to come out, and then some phony ones go in. They said that I might have as many as 5 more appointments to make sure they got everybody right. Everybody's ducking the row. Who's going to do what? How they're going to do it. Now, we're paying you for your time and assistance because at University of Louisville, you get an unbelievable discount because it's students doing the majority of the work. So they've explained to me that it might be a year from now before I actually have dentures in my mouth. I said, well, I wasn't fucking ready for that. I said, I was just bullshitting with you that I was going to leave with them today, but I thought for sure in a month, 2 months max that I'd have dentures. Oh no, the earliest I think you're going to have dentures is going to be 6 months. It could be as long as a year. Oh, well. I said, well, thank you for telling me the fucking truth. So I'm going to call Aspen Dental because I've got $3,500 worth of coverage. I have no idea what they billed me for today. I guess I need to call Aetna and find out what I was charged for my X-rays and visit today. And being University of Louisville, I'm expecting it to be reasonable, but they better not eat up too much of my fucking $3,500, or I'm not going to be too happy. So I was hoping to have a smile on here for you guys one day, and smile at Bob the day that I send him some good brand new scissors to trim them bangs up a little bit, but I don't wear them as bangs. But your name is Bobby Bang. Well, I don't go by that no more. You gotta make us aware of that stuff, Bob. We didn't know that you weren't Bobby Banks.
Me and Mango, we've been discussing new nicknames.
Boy, you talk about somebody I never hear from anymore is Mango.
No,
I don't hear much from her at all. Her daughter writes me every now and then. Who's 18, by the way.
Wow.
Consent age. So where is it that the consent is 11?
Nigeria.
Which is
no wonder everybody wants to be a Nigerian prince over there. Jesus Christ. 11 fucking years old.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, we're talking art gel age.
We're talking what, 5th grade, 6th grade?
Right about, yeah, 5th or 6th. Yeah.
That is like they get to go to the 5th and 6th grade in Nigeria.
Art gel needs. Are you all talking over me again? God,
A little bit.
No, we're actually talking, and then you were talking under us.
Oh, I was talking under. There you go. I was talking under you. That explains a lot of shit. There we go.
Our sentence got in the way of the first of his.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. But no, Art Gel wrote me today, and she needs another Girl Scout outfit because they're selling the cookies this year. And I said, well, we will see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. We didn't make a lot of money tonight. I mean, if it weren't for Michigan Mike, this technically would have been what was labeled as a shitty night. Okay, hang on. I'm going to need my readers for this. It won't let me post anything. Hi, everybody, but it won't let me post. And yeah, I can make up a lot of shit. But as far as he has...
Well, maybe
well, we don't want you to make up any shit. There's enough of that going on as there is.
Yeah, the truth will suffice.
Oh, one of my Memphis wrestlers wrote me today and says that Jim Cornette has said on his show that he was never arrested for a DUI in LaGrange, Kentucky. Well, I got mugshots that say quite a different story. And I did not know that he had denied that happened. Jasmine has written me, I'm just starting my day. She's having tooth pain. I got like 4 Filipinos having bad tooth pain. Jeanette is one of them. She originally thought she needed 1,500 pesos for her dental work, but she went in. The dentist told her the way her teeth are, it's going to be way too hard. They need another 12 or 1,300 pesos for her to get her tooth work done. Jasmine, who just graduated college and is looking to get a job in the Metro Manila area. I'm just starting my day, but the weather here is cold. I almost said
cold, 95 degrees.
I almost said fuck you. It's cold. it's 82 with wind. But the weather here is cold and it's raining today because of the typhoon. Well, I think I may have sent Bob some of these pictures. Vanessa's area in Auckland, Philippines, has been shit hammered. Yeah. LaGrange, Kentucky today got 3 inches of rain in an hour where I used to live. 3 inches of rain in LaGrange, Kentucky is a lot of goddamn rain. My dipshit, racist, homophobic, piece of shit, racist, Trump supporting brother lives on the Kentucky River. Well, he won't be tonight because he's going to have to pack his shit in and get out of Dodge. Shouldn't have moved your racist ass on the river and lives in a trailer park with 90% Mexicans and threatened to call fucking ICE on them or the Border Patrol or whoever the fuck you were going to call. By the way, your father says hello. No, he don't. Your father's dead. So,
ouch.
But he would have said hello.
Shit right there.
And he wouldn't have said hello. He wouldn't have said
hello if he were here.
Hola,
because you deny your heritage, you little bitch.
Mijo, what's wrong with you?
There we go. Becky can talk now.
Rebecca. Oh, that's why she couldn't comment. Is because she was not a member. Okay.
Well,
yeah. Facebook had to go.
It has its privileges.
Membership has its. Now apparently there's a lot of people out there that just don't give a fuck enough because we We went members only to force people to get a fucking membership. And but I do say a lot of shit on here that some people don't want to hear, so that's all right. Go elsewhere.
Okay.
I know a podcast. As a matter of fact, most of them do not take live action. They do their shows recorded, so they don't have to interact and answer tough questions. So I know a few of those that'd love to have you. They go over there and listen to their
the best light possible.
But yeah, I invited many Memphis people to come on this show tonight. Oh, speaking of, we got to do a plug. Tuesday night. Now, I don't guess Bob will be here because it's nerd night.
No.
Disco Inferno here Tuesday night, and we're going to title that show
now.
Ask Disco Anything.
Okay.
It's an
Ask
ADA.
Disco. What's that?
Instead of an AMA, it's an ADA.
So Disco Inferno Tuesday night. He only had Monday and Tuesday available. I said, well, Tuesday's our regular fucking night, so let's do
still have,
now. Do you have to do Nerd Night, or would you like to do the disco show, or
Disco having fun? Disco having fun. Let me think about that for a little while.
You think Nerd Night is more fun than having me go head to head with Disco?
Well, you know,
Trump supporter Inferno.
I'll pre-tape the 3 words that I would have been able to get in edgewise. And just play those at random moments.
Yeah, pre-tape them.
Minutes.
We'll play them.
Yeah.
We'll play them at some point during the show.
So, do we still have Anthony Scaramucci on coming up on the?
Anthony Scaramucci has been rescheduled from the 26th to the 28th. At his request, he has been asked to speak at some deal in Miami, probably. And as a matter of fact, I'm inviting Mark Cuban on that show as well.
So that is August 28th, right?
August
Or
28th.
Yeah,
August. Okay.
August 28th. Yeah, August the 28th.
I'd have showed up in July like a fool, just wondering where everybody is.
But Bob would have gone to Nerd Night if we kept it on the 26th and blown off the mooch, and not in a good way. Well, having fun or interacting with Anthony Scaramucci.
Now, see how Scaramucci. Now, if you look, Scaramucci.
Are you saying that Scaramucci is a far better guest than Disco Inferno? Is that what you're saying?
Disco. Let me
more
compare the two.
Poor Disco.
How many
the
books
lack of respect the poor man's getting on this
has
show.
Disco Inferno written?
What's that?
How many books has Disco Inferno written?
Probably.
I'm trying to think, has you actually written one?
I'm wondering how many he's read at this point.
Has he not written a book? I think Conan's written a book, hasn't he?
It seems like every wrestler has.
Yeah, I think Conan has. I don't think Disco has.
I want to write another one, but nobody wants to write it for me. My previous guy, he's still in close alliance with Cornette. He won't write my new book because I told him what I wanted to talk about in it, and he said, I ain't gonna write that. Why? Well, me and Jimmy still speak. Well, that's your fault.
Hell, I'll write it.
Well, now that AI's here, I can probably do it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'd use half of that.
Oh, I've had some of my wrestling friends AI responding to me about Trump. They're using AI to respond to me about Trump. Going, are you that fucking stupid that you have to use AI to defend your fucking convicted rapist? Really? Is that what you got to do?
Well, the funny thing is you have AI detectors now that you just run it through and it just tells you immediately.
I guess. I don't know. Does anybody else going to donate anything tonight? Because it ain't looking good. It ain't.
Come on, people. Where else do you get this brand of entertainment?
Come on, selfish people. Well, let me look here. It says there might be something in my inbox. Let me see. No, Reddit.
It's a summons.
Yeah, they want me.
The Court of Memphis.
The Court of Memphis wants to have a talk with me. No, they don't. Becky, you got anything to say now that you can comment? You're here.
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more.
And Becky, I know you from back in the day. You don't have to make up anything. My memory, what I had to eat yesterday is a little fuzzy. But what happened? What happened at the Louisville Gardens is quite fresh in my mind for some reason.
I remember when I was 3, but I can't remember last week for shit.
My earliest memories go back to very late 3, just before my sister was born. And my earliest vivid memories go back to late 3.
About me too.
Chris says he remembers at 9 months old standing up in his crib interacting with Elsa the dog, and I know he does because he told me shit that Elsa did. And
Does he have
Elsa
eidetic memory?
and if he cried at night, Elsa would come to our bedroom and get us because Chris was crying. She would sit in there and like take care of him. And if he cried at night, Elsa come to get us. And he's told me things that. So how the fuck you remember shit at 9 months old? But he has told me shit that happened.
Elsa's talking to him, Chris.
And it ain't like that. I was videotaping him at 3 o'clock in the morning with the dog watching him.
Yeah, some people have that.
I know he didn't see it on a video.
3 months.
Yeah.
So does anybody
Chris,
else want to make
go
a
get
piece
your
of information
parents.
for us tonight?
Come on.
Let's
Our
see.
earliest memory was the pop man getting shot in front of us in preschool. The guy that comes and loads the pop, like he owed somebody some money. Homie came in and blasted him. They had
All right, now we're in the United States divider of the borders because pop used to be a northern thing, like Boston.
It's a northern Midwest.
We had a neighbor. We had a neighbor named Marie Garrett that was from Boston. This is back when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and she would come down and she says, "Kenny, do you want to come up and see my daughter?" Her daughter's name was Becky, strangely enough. And she says, "You want to come up and hang out with Becky after school, and I'll get you guys some pop." And then I'm going, "What the fuck's pop?"
Some pot. Come on.
And pop, P-O-P. I said, "Well, what's pop?" And then I went up there, and then she hands us each a can of soda. I said, "You mean soda, soft drinks?" "Yeah, pop." Okay.
Yeah.
So at age 10, I didn't know.
Say soda, but
Northerners apparently like to call it pop. You're not northern. You're Nebraska.
No. Well, I mean, we called
were
it
you
pop
raised to call it
but
pop?
it was soda that came out of it.
Soda pop.
Yeah, exactly.
It was called
Soda pop.
Right?
Yeah.
Soda pop. Yeah.
In Texas,
Yeah.
it's called Coke, right?
Coke.
Hey, you want a Coke?
what kind of
sure.
Coke you want?
What kind of Coke
I
you
was
want?
raised.
Pepsi?
I was raised to call everything Coke.
Yeah,
Everything was
that's
Coke.
the
Yeah,
way
bring me a
there.
Coke. It could be
That messed me
Pepsi,
up the
Mountain
first time I went
Dew.
to Texas.
Yeah, it could be Pepsi, Mountain Dew. It didn't matter.
What kind of Coke you want? Dr.
So
Pepper?
how are things going there with that piece of shit governor y'all have got? I'm sure they're trying to blame Democrats for the flood in San Antonio. They got hit with a shitload of rain.
The Democrat weather machines that control the weather.
Oh God, man, the Democrats have got some fucking power.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was talking. After the Jewish space lasers took out the weather control satellites
probably had a
that
lot
all the
to do with
Republicans had, then the Democrats took over, and that's why.
Yeah, that probably had a lot to do with it.
137.
You would think elected officials would have a little test to take before they can go into office, like just the very basics, like the 3 branches and what do the 3 branches do?
What is the shape of the earth?
Exactly. Point to your state. I mean, it's simple shit like that.
What is the capital of the United States?
Mm-hmm. How do you spell cat? And then it spells it out for you right there.
So what is Trump's uncle's name? That did not
I think it was John, right?
Marvin. I don't know.
Just made up a bunch of shit about this guy, and Ted Kaczynski of all fucking people has told the story repeated times and has lied his ass off every fucking time. And no one will call him out on it. They let him rattle on like, yep, okay. And then what happened? It's like Chuck Woolery on that dating show. And then what happened? just let him go.
Nobody wants to talk about Ronald Reagan, how he was clearly like in decline in the last.
Ronald had his shit together, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. I mean, I'm 65, and I think I reasonably for 65 have got my shit fairly well together. Better than some 74-year-olds I know. And
I knew exactly what you're talking about too.
Mm-hmm. And I am not, regardless of education or any fucking thing else, should be the goddamn president of the United States at age goddamn 65. I mean, the representative of the people would be between 35 and 50. And I obviously think 27 is way too young. I remember when I was 27, I didn't need to be president then. But at 35, you got a pretty good grasp on shit. And how old was Kennedy? Wasn't John F. Kennedy? Wasn't he in his
42, something like that? 42,
41, something like that. And but I think a representative of the actual population of this country that has that makes shit happen should be the representative of this country. And I think 35 to 50, no more than 55. But I think 30, and not that there ain't some sharp people that are 50, 60, and 70. 80's pushing it because goddamn time and erosion sets in and there ain't much you can do about it.
And perhaps I have like a senior advisor or somebody of that age.
Yeah, no, I got no problem with them being a senior advisor.
Right.
Because if they say something stupid, you can fucking ignore it.
Exactly.
But now you got a guy that thinks his word is the word and invokes all this stupid shit that the Supreme Court has given him the power to do. And the 530, well, do we want 535 presidents? Yeah. I'd rather have a polling of 535 people as to what this. But the sad thing is that when they're all in bed with the president and you don't treat them as separate branches of government, is when we're fucked. And the Republicans on both the Senate and the Congress will blow Trump till the day he goes away. And but even Steve Bannon is saying, well, 10% of his base is going to go away over this Epstein shit. Really? 10%?
And that's it?
But he says that's enough to cost them to possibly lose as many as 30 or 40 states. I don't know about that. But no, until we actually treat it as separate entities of government that watchdog each other, the Senate, the Congress, and then
it used to be that way, right? But starting about the 90s,
for the most part.
Yeah. Starting about the 90s.
I have more respect for Democrats that'll call out other Democrats. And as far as this Comey girl that just got fired, she prosecuted Senator Menendez. She prosecuted Epstein and Maxwell. I can't remember if she was involved in prosecuting Mayor Adams or not. But who forgave Mayor Adams? This judge they're trying to put through now, to where he made a sweetheart deal with Mayor Adams. Hey, you do what we tell you to do, we'll get you out of this shit. We'll pardon you, which is what Trump is doing. And now Trump's in bed with Mayor Adams, the Democrat. Well, yeah, if we can buy and sell you, why not?
Well, hell, he's even saying that the religious leaders, you can say whatever the fuck you want and still have tax exempt status.
Well, how old is dipshit, the eyeliner guy, the vice president? That we don't see a lot
he's a millennial, so he's younger than I am.
And he's had like three names. Well, Rebecca keeps doing $2 donations, so there's $6. She ain't saying anything. Oh my God, it was my YouTube falls in the trouble. Yeah, that's what it was.
He's only 40. Good Lord.
So what you're saying is that if Trump gets assassinated again, and oh, by the way, it's the Democrats that tried to assassinate him. No. Both people. The one guy didn't even get to assassinate. The second guy wasn't even on Trump's property.
Assassinate him.
He was a registered Republican and did not even get on Trump's property. He happened to have a gun. It might have been wabbit season. We don't know. He might have been wabbit hunting. I don't know.
He kind of looked like that referee Charles Robinson too, didn't he?
But exactly.
Little Nate.
but the guy that did shoot Trump in the ear, and his son said it blew half a dad's ear off. Well, apparently it didn't,
and it grew back.
Apparently it didn't. That tampon.
He's the lizard. Well, lizard people,
Yeah, and what made me think this is all bullshit is when does a gun-toting Republican who actually can lay down and get a good sight miss that bad?
And it's amazing that they had people lined up ready to shoot that motherfucker almost practically the second it happened, but they didn't know he was there to begin with.
Exactly.
Something a little fishy about that. They shot him practically immediately. They just didn't know he was up there laying in wait, and then an innocent bystander gets shot and killed. And then Trump, and let's face everybody that knows anything to do about that says it was shrapnel that got his ear. He wasn't even supposed to. And then, what gave you the instinct to stand up and go fight?
Right.
He knew he wasn't getting shot again. That's
exactly.
Why he had
nobody
because it was scripted.
In the act of shooting.
And the other thing is that the most thing he was worried about is that his shoes came off when Secret Service took him down, and was revealing what everybody, Scaramucci and countless other people have said, that he has 2.5-inch lifts in his shoes to try and make him look taller. And one of the reasons he hated Comey so bad is that when Comey walked into a room, everybody was looking at Comey because Comey's like 6'7", 6'8". And then Trump standing there supposedly, hey, King. doing a DoorDash the other day, and a nice lady told me, and I cannot see it, that the whole Trump-Iran thing is like a plot to back the future.
I don't see that at all.
You want to diagnose that for me, Bob?
So he's saying that the Trump-Iran situation is equivalent to the movie Back to the Future, the original movie.
Right here, darling.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't.
Well,
yeah. Those.
Well, you get your best information doing DoorDash deliveries, I guess. That's
like
probably
terrorists, though.
It's probably where all the information is.
Well, I mean, there were Yemeni terrorists killing Doc Brown
for the
I don't know what that
uranium or some shit.
Yes, the Iranium.
Yeah, there you go.
Got to be careful with that Iranium. Got to be careful. You two go on for a second. I've got to make a couple of adjustments here to a couple accounts that I have to get shifted over.
All right,
so
we'll take you
two.
Out. So Arizona primaries.
Yeah,
I know that we talked about that like a long time ago.
Right. Well, we actually had a vote on if everybody could do the primary. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
and they voted it down. So it was, and it was like, it wasn't even close. It was like 55-40 that they wanted to keep it to where the primaries were very specific to whatever party you were in.
Right.
Which technically I'm an independent, but I have to register as a Democrat just to get the people in there that, I want to get in.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. So in Texas, we don't register, but if you vote in a party's primary, that's the same. You have to vote in, if there's a runoff election, you have to vote in the same primary. You can't switch between, or if, and they still have caucuses, or they used to have a caucus after the primary in Texas. It was really weird, but split.
I know Nebraska, the Democrats have a caucus.
Caucuses
and the Republicans just know what they're doing. Like, we're just going to vote hard, damn it. Ours all the way
the
down
ridiculous thing, too, is the parties, like in 2020, the Republicans canceled most of their primaries so that
Trumpy boy can jump right in.
Trump would just win. Now, obviously, he was going to win their primaries anyway, but they didn't even have them. They just said,
just fuck it. Yep.
You people don't need to vote. And then the Democrats did basically the same thing with Biden in 2016. It's like, you can go ahead and vote if you want to. The worst part about it to me, though, is like the third parties that are out there, because people keep saying, well, we need a third party. And there are third parties out there. There are smaller political parties out there.
They're so small, they can't make a difference.
The Libertarian Party is on the ballot in every state. And Libertarians have their own problems, especially more recently.
They're Republican light.
Well, especially now, they've gotten really whacked. The Green Party is on enough states to where if their candidate won all their states, they could technically win the election. And so why aren't those people allowed to participate in the debates?
Right.
Technically they could win, but I want to know why, right? The why is that the fix is in, so the two-party system can stay in place and keep the duopoly that the ruling parties have. Until we do some major political reform in this country, we're stuck with the two-party. So
this is what we're going to talk about on the Scaramucci show, because Scaramucci and Cuban are in alignment with Elon Musk to do a third party. Well, Cuban and Mooch got some cash, and obviously Elon's supposedly the richest man in the world. But the way it was explained to me, and I've had to call Mooch and Cuban both out on this, is that not even you motherfuckers, including Elon, have enough money by yourselves to make this legal in all 50 states, because all 50 states have their own rules about how to get your votes and your party on the ballot. And it was explained to me by people smarter than me, is that the three of them ain't got enough money to do it. That it's going to take a shitload. And here's something else I didn't know. Do you know how many third parties there are right now?
28. At least 12.
It was reported. Well, there's probably more on CNN earlier today that there are in the neighborhood of 400 third parties that have been formed.
Just a bit short.
Not on all 50 states is the problem. So
Yeah, only we were just talking. There's only two
Yeah,
that have an outside chance because the
yeah.
Libertarian Party, and the worst part about the Libertarians was back in 2016, I think it was. They had the former New Mexico governor running as their candidate, and they had an outside shot at getting 5% of the total vote, which is what you really need to get certain levels of federal funding. And once you hit 5%, that gains you a lot of status in a lot of places. But they were like 3.5 and 4. And even though Gary Johnson was polling at like 7 or 8% in the polls, it was like suddenly on election day, you're back down to like 3%. So really, you're telling me that half the people that said they were going to vote for Gary Johnson just decided not to?
Well, I think they're wanting to form this third party, the America Party, not with the intentions of thinking that they're going to win, because none of them have mentioned a candidate. Some dumb fucks. So what if Elon runs? Well, Elon can't because he's not a natural born American, so he
Let's
can't.
get Arnold to do it too.
Mooch could. I love the Mooch, but Mooch or Cuban, neither one are going to win the presidency just because of how shit is. Yeah. Too controversial and have alienated too many people in the process. I
think Cuban could come back if anybody could, though. With that,
if anybody could, but the thing is that I think they're in it to hopefully fuck it up for Republicans. Seems to be the plan. Yeah. And Mooch is still to my knowledge,
still a Republican.
Even though he backed Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
So, and Mark Cuban, I think, has been a Republican in the past, and he's been heavy in the Democrat Party for quite a while now.
Well, hell, the Bush family voted for Kamala.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So the little boy that she had been asking us to had passed away. So that is sad to hear.
Jesus.
That was
sorry to hear that.
I've got a Bob Hazelwood line I could use right now, but I won't.
Don't use that.
I'm not gonna do it.
For once, discretion.
We got so many people we're trying to help right here, and it's like when people write me wanting me to help with funeral expenses, our money has to go to help the living. And
I don't think that's what she's doing. But.
No. I know. I'm just saying that we got so much on our plate right here that and our money goes so much further in the Philippines. And well, why don't you help? Well, we do. We help the Louisville metro area homeless. But sadly, what we do for them is a tiny fraction of what it would do for the people in the Philippines. I mean, but that's what Carrie wants to dedicate her part of our 501c3 to. That's what she likes to do, and I'm fine with that. Me and Chris, and when Maya was here, would go down under the bridge and pass out food all the time. McDonald's would give us sweet deals in order to do that. They would match whatever we bought, plus provide free water when it was difficult to get water during COVID. But for the money that we would spend, we're getting them one meal, maybe two if they're lucky. And that same money will feed a family of 4 for 30 days. So and some of my racist wrestling friends who want to deport anybody that come across the border, if they cross the border, they're a criminal. No, that's not how even the Justice Department sees it. What's her name? Abby Phillip is always getting in these fights with Louisville's own, who's a chicken farmer in Prospect. Don't you dare put Louisville on your lips, you racist, homophobic, chicken farming fuck. Stay in Prospect. I used to live there. We don't like
that. Would be Scott Jennings, by the way, for those of you.
Scott Jennings, you piece of shit. By the way, Scott Jennings, I'm 65 years old, and I will smack that smug look off your face if you ever have me on the Abby Phillips show on CNN.
And you're welcome to come on our show, Scott.
Yeah, you come on our show, and I'll slap you here too.
Charlie Kirk too. Right, bring his ass. Bring him to me.
Backhand. This is my backhand. Smug me, you motherfucker.
I'll go with the forehand.
Well, I got but my backhand will be good enough for Scott Jennings, I assure you, little pussy.
Well, you go forehand and then backhand.
But no, Abby Phillip has explained to him over and over again that even the Justice Department does not refer to them as criminals. It's not a felony. It is a misdemeanor when they cross the border. Unless they've committed a felony over here, they are not felons. And no, they're criminals. They and my
They're
little wrestling friend.
undocumented.
And I said the only thing that Mexicans have done is help you actually win a few more matches than you probably should have won. That's what I said. That's what I said.
It's just because I know who it is that makes it even funnier.
Well, if I sent you everything, oh my god.
Oh, shit.
No, that's the only thing Mexicans have done for you. They helped you. And then they also tried to point. He says that AI, because I kept telling him, I said, okay, let's say we deport all the migrants, legal or illegal. Let's deport them all. That's what you want to do. What do you think is going to happen to the food industry, the farming industry, the hardware industry, you name it, but especially food and restaurants and farming?
$20 strawberries and shit.
What do you think is going to happen when we deport all them? Because you don't think they belong here. Even your racist, convicted felon, rapist president says, oh, well, we have to trust the farmers' judgment as to whether they're good people or not. Bull fucking shit. You wanted them all gone until your base rose up on you and said, hey, you're killing us, motherfucker. You're killing me, Smalls, as one of my old podcast buddies used to say. You're killing me. So, yeah, deport them all and see what... No, AI is going to save... He thinks AI is going to save the restaurant business, the grocery business, the farming. What is AI going to do for farmers?
Yeah.
It's going to have automatic robo harvesters.
I get robo harvesting, I guess. Well, I think that's a couple of years down the road. But where his hatred comes for anybody that comes across the board, I don't know. And I think it's real. No,
it's a self-hatred.
I don't know. I don't get it. If anybody should be open to understanding why migrants come here looking for a better life, don't thump your Bible and don't read me the Statue of Liberty if you ain't going to do what it says. There's some quote about Jesus, treat me as you would. There's some phrase, but Bob can probably help.
Well, the way you've treated the least of these is how you treated me.
Yeah. That's the quote. Because I'm not a Bible expert. I've only heard some shit. But people ask me who I closely align with. Well, two people have made the most sense to me when it comes to the Bible and how we all came and all that shit. And that's Neil deGrasse Tyson, who has an amazing ability to be as smart as that motherfucker is, to dumb it down even for me. If you can make me understand it, then goddamn, you're doing a hell of a job. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson and George Carlin. Those two made fucking sense. Yeah, George was doing it for humor and to get some laughs, but George meant every fucking word he said.
Intelligent as hell, though.
Oh my God, you would see him on these political shows and all these smart ass fucking politicians thinking, yeah, I'm going to hand this comedian his ass. And no, it never, ever went that way. Carlin never got schooled by anybody. And it's not because I was picking sides. It's because I don't want to pick a fight with Carlin either. If Carlin decides there is a God, then I'm not going to argue with him. I have so many Cuban neighbors. Well, that's what my brother said. He said 90% of them is good people. And then he wanted to call ICE on them. Get them deported because he thought there was going to be a financial reward in it.
Yeah, Richard Pryor was really good at breaking that shit down too.
I mean, I have always had a dramatic interest in meeting people that were not like me. I remember that we had an Iranian girl that went to Oldham County High School during the worst time to be an Iranian girl. It was during the hostage crisis.
Yeah.
It was during the hostage crisis, and we had so many students that treated her like shit. And I had to be the one to step up and defend her, and a couple of others, and said,
like,
"Hey,
she's the one holding hostages, right?
Yeah, she's here because she wants a better life. She doesn't want to be a part of this shit. Her family obviously doesn't want to be a part of this shit. And you're treating her like she's the one that's got a gun to 54 people's head on ABC News at night, on Nightline every fucking night. No, don't label her with that shit." So, and I always look for controversial shit anyway. So. And I wish I could remember her name. I wish I could see if she's still here. We were pretty good friends in high school. And then once we graduated, I lost track of her. But she was always very appreciative that the old white boy raised by redneck motherfucking backwoods country folk toting their guns was the one to step up and defend her. But I never gave a shit about that. Like the way I stood up to my mother about having black friends. Well, mom was doing what she was raised to do. Well, we're better than you. We're white. Yeah, we're poor as fucking church mice, Mom. They got more fucking money than we got. Yeah, but we're white. Oh, well, I forgot to factor that shit in. So that shit has always just irked me to a level. And when I see some of my wrestling friends not wanting you here because you come from somewhere else, fuck you. Fuck all of you.
You know what's funny is to be the supposed supreme race. If everybody got out there in the field, just butt naked and just stood around, who'd be the first one to burst into flames and die?
Probably so. Probably so. Probably
Which is
so.
why you need these migrants out there, because they can actually handle the heat that would fry you.
I wish I had 9 people from 9 different countries that I could sit on my porch and talk with every day, because those are the best conversations you'll ever have.
The more you travel, the less racist you'll be.
You're from, why are you here? Welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you for helping. Thank you for making us better.
I can't stand the people that have never left 10-mile radius of where they were born, but they
we got people like that.
We know what's going on with the blacks and all this shit. And it's like the only black people you saw were on TV, or the one guy that went and got gas on his way somewhere else.
Do you think Roots helped or hurt racism?
I think it.
I remember when it was on. I watched every fucking episode.
If you were intelligent,
as a kid, remembering as a teenage kid when it aired, when Roots aired, how bad I hated fucking white people for how they treated those people.
Yep.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
I think anybody with intelligence, it helped. But those people who were already the hillbillies they loved that shit.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, exactly. And the sad thing is, it's still that way today.
Well, and
the lesser their education, the more likely they are to be that way. So that's why I'm really irritated when I see educated people carry on like that.
Yeah,
you fucking know better. You're just making a choice because you think you're better. You think your money means something. We got people that watch that podcast. We got people that watch this podcast.
But I think some of them just preach to the audience. I think some of them were like, I don't really believe this shit, but fuck it, I'm going to get more response.
I'll get more
from my audience if this is how.
Explain to me how Charlie Kirk got to be this unbelievable podcast.
God. He's a dick.
Yeah, he appeals. He appeals.
Although it hadn't worked for
it hadn't worked for you.
I can't go on and do the shit that they do.
It hadn't worked for you, Kenny. I don't know why.
No, he appeals to the small dick white boy that is just like very
because I'm
average,
being a dick to the wrong people. I'm being a dick to the wrong people. If I was a dick to the other people, oh fuck, I'd be one of the top goddamn podcasts in the world, I guess. Charlie fucking Kirk, who got
he's one of those that he has people believing
the other day
that they're actually oppressed. White men are the most oppressed men in the country, and you get a bunch of young white men believing that bullshit because you can't say the shit you used to be able to say, is what it boils down to. Yeah, I can't be racist the way I used to be.
About.
Yep.
Yes.
Because this whole thing is
I can't be a hateful motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, that's all it is. It's like I can't tell the jokes I used to tell. And
in all honesty, Bob and I are miracle children because Bob and I were not raised in areas conducive to produce what we've turned out to be, especially
my
Bob.
My parents were more equality oriented, so I didn't have you had it worse than me because you had racist parents. I did not.
Well, so mom had good in her. It was just beaten out of her by her mother and Johnny, and then of course Ray, my biological father, who was a member of the fucking KKK.
You imagine so much hate in your heart. You got to get a group together to hate even further. To talk about how much you hate.
Yeah, I need more people. I need more people that hate the way that I do. I need that group. But no, I'm dead serious, man. My porch will only comfortably hold about 4 people. But if there's anybody in my neighborhood and we've got 4 people from 4 different countries, shit, look me up. You see the banner hanging on my porch. Let's sit on the porch and talk about where you're from, what you do, why you're here. Whether or not you want to leave while the getting is good, that's certainly understandable. I know Americans doing that right now. that just they're not convinced that Trump is going to go away when it's time for him to go away, because they're aligning the courts, and Texas with the gerrymandering going on right now. Is that fucking going to happen? To where they're redistricting it so they can win? And they're looking to do it in a few other states as well, because they know they're going to lose if they leave it the way it is.
They've been doing that for damn near
They are
now.
yeah,
used to
forever.
be a bad word. Now they brag about it.
Right?
Yep.
Fort Worth, they just changed the district lines so that what used to be like, I think 3 and 2 black districts, so 3 white,
right.
2 black districts are now 4 and 1, because they drew these lines that had like, let's put every single black household into this one district.
There you go.
Red line
That's
here.
what they're wanting to do.
Right.
They're saying that this could backfire on them, because they're going to make some safe zones not so safe for the next election. They'll still probably win it, but no, that shit should be illegal. I mean, that just don't add up. That you can just redistrict or something because you've got the power to where you can stay in power. And if they get this Supreme Court judge through, I know he's not going for Supreme Court now, but he's going to. This piece of shit that apparently nearly 600 judges have written letters on, telling everybody what a hunk of shit he is, Republican and Democrat appointed judges alike. And if he gets in, along with all the other pieces of shit they got there, holy shit. I mean, what do you do? And the law should be the law. But Trump has always talked about being of law and order, and we need to deport our criminals. Well, speaking of self-deportation, you're a convicted rapist and a convicted felon. Go.
Well,
Law and order. You've been convicted. What more do you want?
Melania wasn't a citizen when Barron was born, so he's basically an anchor baby.
Anchor baby.
A dreamer.
Well, they said the only safe kid from being deported would be Tiffany, and Tiffany is the one they hate. You almost can't get Tiffany's name to be brought up in a positive light.
Now, is she Marla Maples' daughter? Or?
Yeah.
No, I think she's Marla's daughter. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so she's the only American out of all.
Yeah.
I got you.
So-
She's the double American.
Yeah, she's
Well,
the
guys,
hideous one,
Except,
too.
but Ivanka, he had all the foreign parts taken out of her. He had surgically removed
There you
all
go.
the
I
foreign
guess.
parts.
There you
I
go.
guess.
Made her all American and pretty.
He made her all something. Yeah.
Yeah, he showed it.
I think Tiffany's a pretty girl. Way to go,
Tiffany?
Marla.
Really? I'm not real.
Yeah, way to go, Marla.
Tiffany's
She's the funnier
more-
looking one to me.
Yeah. Well,
Between the
boy,
two.
the boys came out and got
Oh, the
shit
boys
into
don't
the
count.
stick.
Donation.
Came out trolls anyway.
We never got another donation after Michigan Mike's 40. Thank you.
Well, we did get $6 in here from Rebecca. So
Yeah,
We did get
Rebecca-
six.
that
Rebecca
won't
gave
be
us
for a
So
while.
if you're watching the
Sweetie.
postgame, if you're watching the show after hours, we could really use another $42. Because any money that was donated in here tonight, we are not going to see till August the 21st is when we get it. And that goes for the past several previous shows. We could really use another $42 for anybody that has the ability to do that. If the Jeff Sanfords are watching, or Sydney, if he's in any position to do anything, or even Good Chris. Good Chris, we haven't heard from you in a couple of months, man. And like I said, if something's happened and you're not in a position to donate, we understand, but just let us know that you're okay, because it's just not like you not to be heard from. And I'm just wanting to make sure that you're okay.
We worry.
What's that?
I said, we worry about you.
All right.
Call your mom.
I can't hang around for a post show tonight because I am very late. My dogs have not been fed yet, and I got to get that done. I got to let them out, and I am way behind on a lot of shit. So we'll get
Whole
that
train
done.
ain't dead yet. So.
Back here,
All right.
back here Tuesday night with Disco Inferno, and if I do anything over the weekend, I'll let you know. But until next time, I'm the Starmaker. That's the train. That's Bangy Bob.
Not
We did
bangs.